me and Chris, we always arguing between Chet and Jdubb. I say, man, I think Jdubb is the second most important player on their team. But you say Chet. Go ahead, give us.
I'm gonna let y'all
Go
go.
on,
I'm gonna let y'all go.
go ahead, Chris.
All right, I'll go ahead and break it down like this. When it comes to the playoffs and being your best, one of your best defender on the team, Chet Holmgren will have the rim protection on lock for one, and he's good enough to be out there on the perimeter as well if you need. Along with that, he's also able to play your other team center off the court on offense. He's able to stretch the floor. He's able to take the ball up the court and do whatever he needs to do against the other team center. Rudy Gobert, if they play the Minnesota Timberwolves, Chet can play Rudy Gobert off the court. Now, along with that, we can move on to Jay, and I'll continue with that. Chet can also be your second option as far as scoring if you wanted to as well. You say, oh, Chet can't bring the ball up the court. Oh, Chet, you ain't running plays for Chet. That's a lie. That is a lie. You ain't watching OKC games if you think Chet can't bring the ball up the court or they're not running plays for him to hit threes,
Yeah.
to get on the block, to hit mid-range jump shots. I'm telling you that right now. If Chet wanted to ISO against ISO as well, they run that for Chet as well. Now,
Yeah.
along with that, you want to say Jdubb may be your second best player as far as scoring or in the clutch, whatever. Even if you want to give him that defender, they have perimeter defense. They have Lou Dort. They have SGA. So if Jdubb wasn't there, Chet can win you a game on both sides of the ball. Whereas Jdubb isn't. If they didn't have Jdubb, if they didn't have Chet, it would be looking a little scary.
Oh shit.
Okay, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hey DJ,
Okay.
you gotta come with some fire to beat that.
Now, this is my thing. Because first of all, to your point, I could see the argument for him being more important just because the lack of bigs that Oklahoma City doesn't have. And I get your point that you have a million wings and guards over there in OKC. So you might think he'll be replaceable. But what if I told you that Jalen Williams is one of the most clutch players in the NBA? He's one of the most clutch players in the NBA. He's 12th in fourth quarter scoring. Okay, you following me?
12.
He's third in field goal percentage in the fourth quarter. You following me? He's first in 3-point percentage. And you know the only players that have their top 15 in all those categories in the fourth quarter? LeBron, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, PG, KD. So when it comes to the playoffs, we all know these games come down to the last couple of possessions. Jdubb has been their best player in the fourth quarter. He's actually closed most of these games. And when it comes to the big games, he's closed most of the big games. Everybody loves SGA. But when you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder and you look at the efficiency of Jdubb, you look at how he plays in the fourth quarter, you look at he's a two-way player. I just think he's just the second most important player on that team. And he's the most important player in the fourth quarter. Chet, say, man, if Chet had to carry the load of being a second option, he wouldn't be able to do half the things he does on defense because he can't even guard centers for real. If we just go keep it a buck, Chet can't guard the best centers in the NBA, especially not in the West.
Single
We
putting
seen what
45 on
Jokic did
Chet.
to him. We seen what Anthony Davis did to him. Yes, you bragging about a guy
No, it's not.
because he's more important than Jdubb because of the position he plays. When he does not execute in that position, when you need him against the best competition. And the opposite is with Jdubb. The better the competition, the closer the games, the better he is. He's with the KDs. He's with the Giannis's, the Jokic's, and in terms of fourth quarter production. And that's what these playoff games are going to come down to. We're not good in the paint anyway. So why do I give a damn about Chet being in the paint when he's not even good at protecting the paint against the better players in the NBA that he needs to guard? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Chris, Ray, y'all got anything to say after that, or should I continue?
The only thing that I was gonna say is like, and it kind of just feedback on what DJ just said. I feel like Jdubb is gonna be Jdubb no matter who he plays against. But I do feel like Chet production, and since y'all talking about playoffs, I do feel like it's who Chet matchup is going to be once they get there. Because right now, if the playoffs started in 2 days, the Thunder would be going against the Kings. Like if the matchup just stayed the way they were right now, and of course we'd probably take Chet in that matchup just because he's going against a smaller center in Sabonis. But I'm not taking like if he had to go against the Nuggets, shit, the Clippers, Pelicans, hell, I don't even think. I mean, I'd have to go and see how he did, but I don't even think I might take him in a 7-game series against Nurkic and the Suns.
Facts.
And I damn sure ain't taking that nigga over AD, but we know the Lakers ain't even up there in conversation right now.
I would like to retract my statement when I said the only 5 players that are in top 12 in all the major categories in the fourth quarter, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and scoring is Luka, Jdubb, LeBron, PG, and KD. It's only 5. Yes.
Good Lord.
I'm just saying.
And you don't like
man.
PG.
Like
you don't like
I
PG,
I just think the problem with Chet is that I mean, and shit, I don't even know if I really agree with that Timberwolves take because I just feel like if Cat healthy and them two niggas get that nigga Chet for 7 games, I think Chet nigga might as well put Chet
He's
hashtag.
food.
Bro,
No, he's not.
He's food. He's food, bro. Say, bro.
Okay.
Hey, DJ, hold on. Go ahead and put that nigga Chet. Hashtag Bishop TD Jakes. That nigga's getting swallowed the fuck up if he got to go against Minnesota in a 7-game series, dog. That nigga is done. He got to get Minnesota in a 7-game series, dog.
Say, man.
Hashtag Bishop TD Jakes. The nigga's getting swallowed up.
Ray, help me out here.
Nah, I'm sorry, dog. I don't know about that. Like I said, with Chet, it's gonna come down to matchups. Jdubb gonna be Jdubb.
And I think you gonna need a clutch player more than you gonna need a guy whose main job is to protect the paint that he's not gonna be able to protect against the top team.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
see.
Hey, so is Bam a crucial part to that Miami Heat team run?
Bam ain't 190 pounds.
Better than Chet.
Chet can have do the similar things that Bam does.
Ray, we ain't heard your
Bam
opinion.
beat the brakes off of that nigga Chet. That nigga Chet.
I like Bam. I like Bam too, but in my opinion, Chet in the future will be just as good, if not better.
Nigga, if Bam had to get Chet for a 7-game series, that nigga Bam be. Oh my God.
What's your ceiling?
You keep saying what Chet is going.
Chris?
You keep saying what Chet is going to get cooked on one. Chet will do the cooking. Chet will do the cooking on offense and lock you.
Chet is a role player.
Chet ain't cooking Bam like that.
Chet, he shows flashes of ball handling. He shows flashes of taking people off the dribble, shooting. But he can't. Are you expecting him to be able to carry an offense like that as a second option?
So you don't think if Chet was not drafted to OKC and he went to let's say he was on another team. Let's say if he was on the Spurs, you don't think he would be doing what Wemby is doing?
No.
You don't think if he was on, like I said earlier, if he was on the Magic, if he was drafted to the Magic the same time Paolo was, you don't think they could be in the same situation they are right now?
No.
That's cool.
What do you think? Okay, let me ask you this question. What do you think Chet is offensively?
I think the sky's the limit, in my opinion. I think
Why?
Because he has all the tools and he's already an efficient shooter in his first year.
Well, then shit, let me look in that damn toolbox because I don't know what tools you
So you think, because I still think he's a high quality, top level, top shelf role player, bro. Because when you swing it to Chet, because you're not, no, hear me out. When you swing the ball to Chet, because you have SGA handling the ball, you have Jdubb handling the ball, those are your first ticket options. By the time Chet gets the ball, he's just going to have to catch and shoot, or he's going to have to catch and drive. He doesn't necessarily have to make a play, but he can. I'm saying, what makes you so sure that if you had to adjust his role to where, hey, get the ball to Chet, and you got to dictate everything that's going on? Do you think he can do that?
Yes, because I've seen it.
You see it in spurts because he's a third to fourth option on offense.
I keep telling you, when
Okay.
Jdubb, even when Jdubb does, Chet's played every game. Chet has played every game. So even when Jdubb's off the floor, even when Chet is the second option, he shows you his ability to win games and be there in that solid role for SGA.
So why does it take a nigga to be out the game to do that?
Because it's a pecking order thing. Jdubb was there last year. He is the second option already by default.
Hey, that's a first-round pick.
So is Jdubb.
Wasn't Chet the number 1 overall pick or number 2 or whatever the fuck?
Yes, he was the number 2 overall pick.
Bro. It don't matter because in his first year,
man, if I'm getting you that high, you're playing. If I'm getting you that high, you're playing. You are my second, whatever. You're not my third, fourth option.
Chet could be the second option.
Didn't I just tell y'all? If it's all because of LeBron. If LeBron would have never put his big burly frame in the Chet at a dang pro-am game, Chet would be the second option right now.
Huh? Hold on. So it's not LeBron.
So it's not the fact that Jdubb is shooting 54 from the field and 45.
Whoa. So we finna sit here and say that LeBron put his frame on Chet when Chet was the only nigga taking that goddamn pro-am game serious. Man. Chet was about to be the reason why a bunch of these goddamn GMs and owners telling these niggas not to go to another pro-am game ever again.
Can I just be real with y'all? Chet he's been a role player since college, bro. He ain't been a number 1 option since high school.
You keep with this lame argument. I told you, there's plenty of players. There's plenty of players who are limited in roles in high school, in college, but when they get to the NBA, they have the skill sets to be.
He's in the same role. You're crazy. I'm legit thinking you crazy
because of where he was drafted and his situation.
So you don't think the number 2 overall pick, if you could do more, they would let him do more? Why don't they let him do more? They think Jdubb is better as a second option than Chet. It's proven. They think so. And I just gave you the stats of what he does.
Winning formula for them. Chet, you focus on the defensive end a little more, but when we need you to score, when Jdubb can't get it done, we got you right now.
Exactly. Oh, wow. He's playing a role, sir.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. Being a great role player is valuable too, Chris. You're trying to elevate him into something he's never been on the college level and now in the pro level. And I don't see him doing that going forward. Jdubb is giving you 19 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on 54 and 45, bro. Like, are you not hearing these numbers, these field goal percentages? I just said he's in the same conversation.
Go ahead and read out Chet's numbers.
Chet is 54, 39.
Oh, wow.
It's still great numbers. Not as good as Jdubb's. Ray, you saying something?
Oh, no, my bad, bro. That's me. What the hell?
We ain't heard from Ray in a long time. But I'm just saying, bro, what are your thoughts? Who you think was more important for the Thunder in these upcoming playoffs?
You can say Jdubb more important, but this was going. If Chet don't show up at all, SGA and Jdubb can play lights out, and they're not gonna win. Chet is just as important as Jdubb. That's my take on it. It's a 50-50 thing. Okay. That's my take on it. Because Chet is still a defense player of the year candidate. He ain't gonna win it, but he's still a candidate. That means he's been doing something defensively. They're going to need that. Like, we can clown and say he's too skinny, he's not strong enough, he doesn't look that great against X, Y, and Z. Who actually looks good against the top centers in the league? Name me the defenders that look good when they go against the top offensive centers in the league. Because Rudy Gobert get destroyed too, and they locking him in as a defense player of the year. So we can't make fun of Chet getting killed by these guys when everybody get killed by these guys. That's just what it is.
But I'm not making fun of it. Okay, go ahead.
You're not stopping Embiid. You're not stopping Anthony Davis. It's certain guys you just not stopping when they get going, and especially if they're doing it on a nightly basis. Like, come on, man. They're doing
But
it to everybody.
Ray, this is what I'm saying. If our biggest weakness is our interior defense, and we are the most important player on our team is Chet by default, but we don't even think Chet is equipped
Hey DJ,
to
you won, but I'm
guard
gonna
these
holler at
guys.
y'all, boy.
Oh, all right, bro.
Like,
But if you don't think Chet is equipped to handle the Jokic's, to handle the Karl Anthony Towns, the bigger centers in the West, and this is our biggest problem. Why is he still more important than a guy who's up there with LeBron, Luka, PG, and KD? Is the only 5 players to be in the top 5, the top 15 of points, field goal percentage, and 3-point percentage in the fourth quarter. He's closing games, and you know how important that is in the playoffs. And I think that's what separates Jdubb. He's a two-way player on the wing. You could throw him on Kawhi, you could throw him on PG, you could throw him on the Lukas from here and there and whatever. And when it comes to the fourth quarter, he's just as good as those guys, and we've seen it. So I'm saying he's more important because in the playoffs, when the games get tight, I know what Jdubb's going to give me. If I say Chet is still gonna get killed by these guys, how's he just as important? I get of course he's still important. He's the third best player, but I think Jdubb is more important because he's a better closer than SGA. SGA wasn't in none of these stats in the fourth quarter. I'm not gonna lie to you. He damn near wasn't ranked. It was Jdubb. I thought that was shocking when I seen those numbers. You don't think so?
I mean, that's good. Don't get me wrong, but that doesn't necessarily translate to playoff basketball.
Didn't you just say it yourself that he was the better player on OKC last year in the play-in?
I did say
and then we not see Jdubb is what helped the Thunder get back on the path of relevancy along with Shea. He was there before Chet, and they were still a pretty good team. Chet is bringing them across over the hump because you adding on to these guys, and they are getting older. Jdubb in his second year. Now you got Chet. SGA is learning to play with these guys a little bit better. But I'm saying, bro, we can't act like and ignore what Jdubb has been doing his rookie year, from his rookie year to now. And he's even better, and he's one of the most efficient players in the league as a two-way wing. One of our biggest problems with Tatum is what? His scoring and his efficiency in the second halves of games as a two-way player, because we know how important he is on the boards. We know how important he is as a shot maker in quarters 1 through 3. But he fails in the fourth quarter. If Jdubb can be something like a Tatum to where he's affecting the game on every aspect of the game and he can close games, this is one of the most important players in the league, bro. And I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it in chunks and I've been seeing it in spurts. But I don't think people are understanding how good Jdubb is as a small forward. Bro, in my opinion, he's a top 5 small forward. Just based off what I've seen, and then I'm going to go look at these stats. I'm just saying, bro. I get the Chet thing, and I can see the argument for them being 50-50, but I don't think it's 50-50. I think Jdubb is he got to prove it. But based on what I've seen from him in his trajectory, bro, he's gonna be the second. Him and Shea, man, that is different. It's levels to this, and I think Chet is just slightly a notch under Jdubb.
You think he's slightly under? I think Chet's about the same or slightly above, and that's fine.
And this is my thing with you. This is my thing with you. Where my finger at? This is my thing with you, dog. I don't see how you think he's slightly even close to being as important as Jdubb, dog. If you can't win close games, you not gonna win no championship. And shit, go look at all these close games. We seen it in real time, but go and go check these stats. Only him, Luka, LeBron, Durant, and Paul George. Paul George is an outlier too. That seems kind of ugly, but there's some names, bro. Them is Hall of Famers, bro.
You don't have. It's the difference between being a better player and being a more important player, and it's also a difference between me being the second most important player and I'm not putting points on the board versus somebody who is putting points on the board. You're the second option. Only you're the second most important player. Those two things are not equal to each other. That's not they're not synonymous to each other. Those things don't mean the same thing. That just means my role is more crucial to this series than yours is. You're still the second option on the team, but if I'm not doing my job, you can still complete your job, but we don't win. That's what being more important means. Even when you do your job, if I don't do my job, we don't win the game. That's what I'm saying by Chet is either just as equal to like their playoff run is going to come down to both Chet and Jdubb because Jdubb is important to taking some of the pressure off of SGA, and Chet is more important to the wing defenders out of SGA and Jdubb. So if they do get beat, they got somebody. Oh, we got somebody in the paint. So those they're just as important. Like it comes from it just how it depends on how you want to spin it or play it. Like when it's on the offensive end, Jdubb is more important. When it's on the defensive end, Chet is more important.
You're right. I'm gonna ask you this, right? Do you think Chet got more? Because Chris thinks Chet got more offensive game and he can carry a bigger offensive load. How do you feel about? Pause. How do you feel about Chet offensively? Like, do you think he can carry more baggage, or do you think he's in a perfect slot for his talents?
I mean, you can see his talent and see that he's definitely holding back because he got two guys ahead of him right now. But you can clearly see that he can increase the volume. Like the thing about showing flashes at times, and ain't he averaging like 18?
Yeah, he about 17, 18.
17. Damn, 17 and 8.
So like the fact that you don't show flashes and you averaging over 15 points a game, especially if this your first real season in the league. Like I know he was a rookie last year, but it's his first year actually playing against NBA level talent. So the fact that this is his first year playing, he comes straight in averaging 17 points. He's pretty efficient. So, I mean, we can say he has flashes. Those flashes mean something. It shows that if I had an increased role, you would see this more often. But I have to play within my role. I can't do this as often as I want to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this. I feel that, and I can agree to a certain extent. But my thing is, do you think, okay, let's say, based off what you're saying, do you think he could be a legit second option? Could you run stuff through him? Could you see him not in flashes, not in spurts, but on a routine basis, like Paolo, get it off the board, come down, he's calling this, he telling this, he get it to him, I don't see that from Chet's game, bro. It's a playmaking aspect, it's a ball handling aspect. It's just, I think he's a big man that has some wiggle to his game for a center, for a power forward. But there's a difference between being a primary ball handler and being a guy who can make plays off other guys who can make plays. Like, I think he benefits from an SGA. He benefits from a Jdubb who can handle the ball at all times, and he don't have to do it. I think if you had to put the ball in Chet Holmgren's hands every play, I think that would be a problem. I don't think he could be a guy who could be a primary ball handler, and I think that's what, in my opinion, is keeping him from being a second option, a first option. You got to initiate offense. I don't think he can initiate offense, but when he get that ball off of SGA action or off of Jdubb action, and he got to catch and make a play, he great at that. But that is great for a third option. I don't think he can be a primary ball handler. And that's what keeps him from being a second option, first option in my mind.
You don't see him take the ball off the rim and taking it down the court and doing his thing?
Yes, in spurts. You see what I'm saying? It's in spurts. It's not a routine thing. You don't just be like, okay, I'm finna inbound. They inbound the ball to Paolo a lot.
Because he's the first option. He's the number one on that team.
Why, though?
Because he was drafted to be that.
He didn't do it. I don't think Chet couldn't, bro.
If I already have two guys that can do it, I don't need all these cooks in the kitchen.
But I'm saying I don't think he can do it.
Okay, I disagree with you on that.
Okay, so you think he could be a primary option in terms?
I have already told you. Yeah. I think Chet. I don't think he's better than Paolo, but I think he can have them in a similar range. I think he can have that Orlando Magic in that similar range that Paolo does right now. Maybe not 4, but he had him 5, 6.
So basically, you think he could be a point forward type of guy in the right situation?
I do.
Okay, Ray, then we can move on. You think he could be a point forward type of guy in the right situation, Ray? They could be a primary ball handler, initiator of offense.
I don't know about point forward. He can handle the ball solid, but like it's more to being a point forward than okay, I can handle the ball for my size as a forward. I don't know. I haven't seen a consistent part of his game from a playmaking standpoint. So I can't say 100% if I could see him in a point forward role. But I mean, hey, it could, like I said earlier, it could just be one of those things where he's just playing within his role, so he don't show that side as much. But I don't know.
I feel you. I don't blame nobody for not seeing it because he doesn't show it much.
And I'm just gonna end it on this. It's just because even at Gonzaga, like when you were a top guy, he was the top guy in that class, bro. And at Gonzaga, they didn't let him do that either. They didn't let him do it there either.
And then Gonzaga's focused on playing.
Who was on that Gonzaga team, DJ?
Julian Strother, Andrew Nembhard, and Drew Timme.
And are any of them playing better than him right now? That's in the league. I know Andrew Nembhard. All right, told you about Andrew. I didn't know Andrew Nembhard went to school with him. If I'd have known that, I would have been clowning. And I still don't see like he's just not good to me. He's not an NBA level point guard.
God.
Andrew Nembhard?
Hey,
I didn't think Andrew Nembhard was that good in college. I didn't think he was that good in college.
I know you do not see this dude dribble the ball to the corner and be like this. I can take the ball from him. You ain't never just thought about that? Like, bro, I can go up to him and rip him. Like, his ball handling is shaky. It's real stiff. He don't really have much. He don't really have moves. He's more of a catch and shoot guy. Maybe that's what it is. He's not really a ball handler.
He was a point guard for Gonzaga.
When you a point guard, it just bothers
Chet.
It bothers. I mean,
go ahead, Ray. My bad.
He may have been better than him in college. I didn't watch.
He wasn't.
You did. So I got to take your word for it. Let's go watch it myself.
I'm not saying he's better, but I'm saying Chet wasn't doing what Paolo was doing at Duke. He wasn't doing it at Gonzaga. He was a role player at Gonzaga. And I just think sometimes you just are what you are. He's like, he flashes those other things, but if you had to be the primary guy on a team, I think that shit would get exposed, bro. He's good for what he is, and that's okay. That's why I be trying to tell Chris.
What was Jdubb
because
doing?
You still can get to the Hall of Fame as a role player. Watch what Draymond Green finna be. I'm just saying.
What was Jdubb doing in college, and why did Thunder take him?
He was at Santa Clara for one, and he averaged 25 and 5 in his career.
That's crazy. Why didn't they take him over Chet then?
He was at Santa Clara.
Okay, there's plenty of guys.
He played for 3 years. You know how they do that in college.
Man, where was Markelle Fultz?
He asked for the Santa Clara,
and he went 13th overall.
Where was Markelle Fultz?
No, that's what.
Where was John Morant?
Kobe went 13 overall. Steve Nash got people before Kobe.
You got it.
I think Jdubb, if they did a redraft, where would he go? Exactly.
Oh, all right.
Yes, yeah. But we can move on to this.
If they did an NBA draft based on what you look like in the NBA, like, come on now.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.